Hello everyone, my name is Asma Ahmed and I am here to present about feminism, Islam in Pakistan. My research question is on what basis do pro and anti-Islamic feminists set their bases in Pakistan? So this clearly shows that my research question has two parts, the arguments of pro-Islamic feminists and the arguments of anti-Islamic feminists. My build thesis statement is despite being a social movement, how feminism got interpreted based on Islam and how Pakistanis built controversial ideas about this movement to be either pro or anti-religion by their self-created definitions of both religion and feminism. So this shows that I have to prove that feminism is a social movement and it built controversial ideas and what were the points that made it controversial by pro or anti-religion feminists and what is the thing that makes us think about the self-created definitions of both religion and feminism. Move on. This is my literature review in which I have studied different surahs from Quran and the history of feminism in Pakistan, that how did it enter Pakistan and what was the need of it. I have studied different verses from Bible about the women and different encyclopedias for the feminism point of view and newspapers that publish different news about the women oppression in Pakistan. These were the general surveys I conducted in Pakistan from different university students. These are the pie graphs that show the answer of different questions like is feminism pro, anti-religion or both? Or what is feminism? Is it betraying away from religion, promotion of modernity or just the equal rights of women? So these are different points that are obtained from Pakistanis. Moving on to the introduction. So what is feminism? Feminism word is derived from a Latin word feminisme, which means women. So feminism on the whole means about women. The movement needed when the women were oppressed in the 18th century, that they didn't have their political, their educational, their economical rights. And the women of France started speaking out for their rights. So this clearly shows that the movement started from France, moved to the other areas of the world, and then eventually reached Pakistan. So its main aims were political, educational, economical, and social rights for the women. Studies show that Rangila, the Pakistani actor, was the first person who talked about the behavior with women in the Pakistani society. So we can say that he was the first person who talked about feminism in Pakistan society in 1970s. Then in the Zia era, there was a Hudud ordinance that made women totally domesticated, and they created a rebellious movement in Pakistan from women that how are women just supposed to be domesticated, and this was the time when feminism gripped its path in Pakistan. So as Pakistan was made in the name of Islam, so every religion, every movement hitting the country got interpreted on the basis of Islam. And same was the case with feminism. So this interpretation gave rise to two types of feminists in Pakistan, pro-Islamic feminists and the anti-Islamic feminists. So pro-Islamic feminists claim that the idea of feminism is derived from Islam and Quran because Islam was the first religion who talked about the equal rights of women. And in that interview, the person said that Islam gave the rights to the women and the women were oppressed before Islam. So Islam regards every form of the woman like in the form of a mother, in the form of a daughter, or in the form of a wife. So Islam ensures equality. Moreover, Islam also gives the political rights as Aisha, the mother of all the Muslims, were actively participating in the politics in her time. Moreover, Rafida was the first nurse of Islam who treated a person, Saad, who was not who was not a mahram to her, and the Holy Prophet permitted him to treat that companion of Prophet. So Islam says that everybody is answerable to God regardless of any gender, creed, color, and would be entering in Jannah without any discrimination if only the basis of piety matters. So pro-Islamic feminist says that Islam provides all the rights that are needed. So it's useless to say that we need feminism and other movements like this in Pakistan, because Pakistan is purely an Islamic country. So if you want to follow feminism, follow in the circle of Islam. And if Islam says anything is a sin, then that's a sin. Like if Islam says zina is haram, then it's haram for men and women as well. So there would be no discrimination. Equality is here maintained. Moreover, they claim that the secular feminists say that they should not need religion because feminism gives rights to us and Islam does not. Then they should think of it that the Islam is the religion that gives you hope of reward and punishment for your deeds. And then if there should be no religion, if there would be no religion, then there would be no hope for the rewards. So Islam is a must-need thing while feminism is not. Moreover, pro-Islamic feminists also stand against the idea of sexual independence for the feminists, because they say that sexual independence for the women, because they claim that if zina is haram for men, then it's also haram for women. Islam has a Sharia which says that nikah is the only way to. So pro-Islamic feminists stand against the promotion of wrong ideas by anti-Islamic feminists. Like they say they need their sexual independence and the mera jism meri marzi thing, because they say that Islam gives you equality, and such thing would not be born in the Pakistani culture, as it's an Islamic culture, and Islam has given the rights that are needed, because we see that the Islam gives you the right to get education, to do job, to get out of the house. Like the women in Islamic era, in the era of Prophet, used to be nurses, used to be teachers, used to be fighting the battles. So it's ridiculous to say that Islam does not allow these things, and you need a movement like feminism. So stop promoting the wrong ideas about it. While on the other hand, anti-Islamic feminists say that in Pakistani culture, idea of feminism is vague. They consider feminism as just a sexual independence thing. They don't understand the aims of feminism and are just interpreting it in their own ways. So being more clear, the Pakistani culture interprets feminism by the male interpreted definitions, as it a male dominated society. They say that the feminism is a movement, a social movement, and Islam is also a social movement to both spread globally and take the world into its influence. So it would be ridiculous to mix these two movements with each other. They say that, okay, if Islam supports equality, but if we see the different ayahs where women are regarded, then we see that the only domesticated women are regarded. Like Islam says the heaven lies in the feet of mothers. Like if the women are domesticated and bring up children, then they are going to heaven. Moreover, they say that the men are in charge of women and they should treat kindly with women. It shows that the men are in charge and the women are like slaves, because slaves have the same rights in Islam, and the men should take care of the women, as women can't do this. Moreover, they say that, okay, if for one time we just agree to it that Pakistan is an Islamic country and Islam promotes the equal rights, then in Pakistani society, to what extent Islam is practiced? So we see that there is domestic abuse of women. Women are, acid is thrown in the face of women, and we see on the news that women are getting raped. If somehow a woman manages to work, then in Pakistani society, she is considered to be as disobedient, cunning, clever, or other things are attributed to that woman. So Pakistani society makes a suffocating environment for the woman. Moreover, they say that haq bakshish is a thing that's dominated in Pakistani society in almost 3 provinces, which says that a woman is married to Quran. So if a woman is married to Quran and it is interpreted in the terms of religion that it's for her purity, then how is this in stands in for the rights of women? It's against women. It's against the idea of feminism. So stop confusing the definition of feminism with Islam. Moreover, they say that there are the women in Pakistan who say that we are okay with the male dominating societies, with being domesticated, because Islam says this and Allah will give our reward in the final word. So anti-Islamic feminists claim it as a Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome means that you are captivated by your captor. Slavery is carved in their minds from the motherhood, and they just agree to it that they have to move out from the mother's home to the husband's home, and they will remain there until their deaths. Feminists say that if we talk particularly about the Pakistani culture, then we see that if a man gets sexual intercourse with a woman, then he is considered to be clean after wash, and the woman is considered to be dirty until the 7 generations of her. So it shows how Pakistani culture treat them unequally. Okay, if we agree to it that Islam forbids zina for everyone, like for women and men, but if the zina for men is so normalized, then it should be normalized equally for women, and they should not be considered a sign of evil in the society. These were the few main points that I collected from the pro-Islamic feminists and the anti-Islamic feminists. So in my point of view, what feminism actually means is to give basic rights to the women who deserve political, economical rights, and they should not be considered an element of evil in the society. Moreover, mixing of religion in with the social movement is really ridiculous. If the movements would keep on mixing with the religion, then 2 types of extremism will keep on rising in Pakistan. One is religious extremism and the other is liberal extremism. We are all well aware of religious extremism, but on the other hand, the liberal extremism that sounds a bit sarcastic means that the liberal person who set the religion aside do not hear a word from a religious person by saying that it would be an extremist. So we should remove all these 2 concepts from the Pakistani society and interpret each movement with its real own aims. The feminism is a movement that is much needed in Pakistan because the events and incidents happening in Pakistan demand this movement. But instead of confusing it with the wrong interpretations, we should take care of its main idea and should practice it according to its main aims. And in my point of view, let free will be free. Like every person should be free to think about the feminism in own perspective. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.